This is the Porsche factory's garage, often referred to as the secret warehouse. There's race cars, rare cars, prototypes, an incredible amount. And honestly, as this nerdy walkthrough goes on, the cars just get better and better. So please join me at the Porsche Museum secret warehouse. Take two. This is the Porsche Museum's storage warehouse, one of two. And behind me, we have Benny Marjarak.
Yes.
Did I pronounce close enough?
Marjanek is quite good.
Marjanek, okay. And you are social media for the Porsche Museum.
For the Porsche Museum and some other things, but mostly for Heritage and Porsche Museum.
Which is an internal department within the Porsche world.
Yes.
And the museum is right in the absolute middle of Stuttgart, in the middle of the factory.
In the very heart of Porsche in Zuffenhausen.
Zuffenhausen, nicht Stuttgart. How many cars are in here?
Right now, I think 350.
So let's do this.
Let's go.
All right. I am really overwhelmed.
Me as well, anytime I enter this place or every time. I'm sorry for my English, but I'm getting better.
Nein, deine English is perfect. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We're both friends with Jean-Pierre.
Yes.
He has been here. Speed Hunters has been here.
Yes.
But this is pretty special.
And Jamie has been here.
Hooray! Gee.
There are many cars to talk about. Mostly every car has a special story. It's the first of, the last of. It has a historic motorsports history, or it's a development car, it's a prototype. Our first carbon fiber production car, the Carrera GT, a limited car, 1,270 were made. This is one of the very first in a quite rare black color and a red one as well.
So this is the carbon fiber section?
This is the carbon fiber
Okay.
section. 919s, Indy cars, transaxle cars on your right. Some of them are unique US versions.
With some side markers?
Yes, with the side markers. Or
Although the rear end is one piece, or the whole bumper with no lights?
yeah, it's like an aerodynamic test mule for a new bumper design which was planned back then. We have rear-engined 944 here as prototypes, or four-wheel drive 944s, which never came into production.
So I walked past this 911 before,
Yeah.
and after you explained it in 5 seconds, it might be my favorite car here.
It looks like a 911, but actually there is a 918 Spider drivetrain hidden underneath a 911 test mule body.
If you look underneath, it really is, and if I can be so bold, I've already opened it, but I just want to ask you permission to
try
hold
it
it.
again.
So, inside, yeah, that's not normal. And then it does have the big red button, the big red prototype button.
Yes,
Do you?
kill switch.
Yes. Have you driven this one?
I have driven a couple of prototypes, but sadly not yet this one.
Okay.
Taycan prototype, really obvious. It is actually one of the first almost production Taycans. It's still a prototype, but it's almost the car you can buy today. Everything has a system in here, and everything is sorted, let me say. Over here we have the transaxle section, and up there we have some spare chassis of 993 GT1s.
Wild. All right, well, let's make our way over, but very quickly. Look at the camouflage. It's just taped on with rather nice gloss black tape. That's quite fancy. But yeah, and you see mismatching wheels and just stickers. But it's cool that Porsche kept them.
Yes, we love to keep them, of course, not just for us, for the museum. We also see this collection as a technical archive.
Which is wow, because a lot of other manufacturers, and I'm not going to name names, do not. So to be able to walk through and see development ideas, to see, race cars, but also non-production and in production series cars is crazy. The Back to the Future car.
Yes, the Porsche version of the Back to the Future car. This was a car for exhaust noise, tire noise, and so on testing. It's more a test mule. We needed for decades in Weissach in our development center.
And then just, I mean, more development cars, the chassis.
A Mercedes G-Wagon, as you say in the States, with a Porsche 928 engine, which actually raced the Paris-Dakar. And you can still find sand from the desert in the car today. That's what we say, preserving it as original as possible. Of course, we have a lot of four-door cars, Panameras, Cayennes, stored over here. We have a Volkswagen T1 Rennsport bus, which is actually still in use sometimes. And you will find a lot of cars, even historic cars, with license plates, still registered, still with TÜV, because we use those cars frequently on events, historic motorsports events worldwide.
And is this one a replica or
Yes.
this? Okay.
Yeah. But this one is very authentic with a patina, which was actually added to the car. So
Got it.
it looks older, more used than it actually is. This is one of our favorite sections, the only winged cars section, the GT car section. We have all generations of GT cars, starting with the GT1.
Yeah.
One of 21 road legal GT1s, road legal GT1s. So a race car for street legal use.
Wild. I mean, it's yeah. My gosh. It's a lot to take in. This whole place. I mean, oh look, just everywhere. It's absolutely overwhelming. But yeah, so this is every car in this section has a big rear spoiler. Now, you grew up in Stuttgart. You said you remember seeing 959s driving around.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one in private hands driving?
Actually, yes, but
At Mila.
at events like Porsche events, but not
Not at the local supermarket.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Which the next row is kind of getting as well.
Yeah,
But
I think we should go this way.
Okay.
Because
you're the pro.
I hope so.
So many GT3s. And then a 914S. Sorry, 914.6.
946, yeah. A 997 Sport Classic. All these cars here are part of the driving fleet, which means they are being used for marketing purposes, press, social media stuff, content production, and so on. So this is our driving fleet, and we have actually every 911, every Porsche generation car within this fleet.
And so you have a small workshop here.
Yeah.
You've got a small workshop at the museum, which
Yes.
is visible to the public, which is ultra cool. So how on earth do you maintain 350 plus cars when a member of the press sends you an email and says, I want this 911, 912?
This is their daily business, actually. In general, in total, we have more than 650 cars in the entire collection. 100 are in the museum. Many cars are here. There's another storage facility where we also store a couple of cars. And many cars are traveling all over the world, being displayed in Porsche centers, Porsche experience centers, in different museums or anywhere. There is a process of charging the batteries frequently.
Yeah.
So, and then each time when we have a car request, we get them out, get them down to the workshop, and the guys in the workshop have like a checklist, test drive them, and fix if there is anything to fix, which doesn't happen that often because it's Porsche.
Wow, good spokesperson. Very nice. The 964, 964.
964 Carrera RS,
Of
ruby
course.
stone red, fancy color. Another 2.7 RS. A super cool 996 convertible in orange with a blue top and very dark blue leather.
So how did this come to be in the collection?
We bought it.
It was just for sale. Some person in Germany, some doctor, lawyer,
Yep.
whatever, ordered it and said, I want blue on different blue on orange.
Yes, and we said, cool, we don't have it, we want it. Most of the cars have never left the company. They were always part of the company, prototypes, test mules or something like that, press cars. And then there is also a process how we get them into the collection. But there were also cars we didn't have, and sometimes our museum colleagues, they buy them. Let's see something unusual as well. A 924 with
Full Pasha.
full Pasha interior,
Not
but
just the centers.
and not just black white.
Yeah.
It's like brown beige a little bit.
Oh, it is brown on brown on brown.
Yeah.
And let's just mess with your computer screens or your TVs. Do not adjust your set. For those that don't know, this is Pasha. This is one of the quintessential Porsche materials.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, let's go this way. We also collect, of course, newer cars. The 1 millionth 911,
Wow.
or one of only 13 ever made 911 club coupes. For 10 years ago, for the 60th anniversary of Porsche clubs, we made a special edition. Only 12 cars were sold, 13 were made, and this is the first one.
So only available to club members? Or,
Yeah.
And is it oak or which color? I don't feel on the spot.
That's Brewster green, and that is it Irish green?
So Irish was also a Volkswagen color,
Yeah.
which made it in the Mark 1. I had a Jetta in Irish green, and then came back, I believe, in the Spectrum Golf 7Rs. Got to keep Volkswagen involved, because, yeah.
I hope it's Irish green.
Hey, if not, we will have the comment section just obliterating us. So,
Let me know.
yeah, just 959s, Turbo 3.6.
Yes, 959S, the version with 510 horsepower, 339 kilometers per hour fast in the late 80s.
Yeah.
A 3.6 liter 911 turbo with yellow leather.
That is spectacular.
Came from factory with that Speedline wheels, one of the most beautiful wheel designs from my point of view. 911 turbo slant nose, or Flachbau as we call it in German.
Flachbau.
Flachbau convertible Speedster Targa, again Pasha. And then there is a 356 early 911 section over here with a couple of Speedsters, early 356s and so on.
So I shouldn't overlook this. I talked to you recently. One of my customers has a very nice 356 heading to America right now that I've done the shipping of, and it's the fanciest car I've done. Done, race cars, prototypes, whatever, but this feels a little more personal. Your museum really showed the evolution of the company, and I think that's the point. I mean, it's been curated to do that.
Yes, here's our race car section, full carbon fiber bodies. Yeah, we have a lot of race cars thanks to our very rich motorsport history, and that is the place where we store the race cars. Many of them are also drivable or even have a registration plate like this one or the 550 Spider over here. The Ara Spider, very famous in the United States, ALMS series.
Yes.
The Group C, which is...
Please don't stand on the bumper, Jamie.
Which is actually my personal favorite era of race cars. And this is also my personal favorite race car, the 956, 962, and later the GT1. Yeah, 935.
I'm desperately trying to not kick or stand on.
The safest way is...
Yeah, okay, done. Shout out to the Andrettis, hello.
Entrance section, logistics section, which means cars are getting in and out on a daily basis. 996 race car, which is actually one of the loudest cars in the collection. And then the legend, 917. This one with a very special history. The Le Mans successor from 1971. 5,335.16 kilometers in 24 hours was record until Audi broke it with an R8 diesel, as far as I remember. And this car is not drivable and will never be usable because it has a very special frame. All those 917 have a tubular frame, aluminum tubes. This one has a magnesium tube frame.
Magnesium wheels. The race teams with the magnesium wheels would have to X-ray them to look for cracks. Yeah. And so this is an entire chassis, so it's practically impossible to verify. I mean, you just look for cracks, but
you can. I don't know if you see it because of the spare tire, but you can. There's a valve, so you can put pressure to the chassis. And in this car, there was also a little gauge to show the pressure in the chassis. But it was when it goes down, stop the race.
Is that how agricultural some of the welds are? I love sometimes the precision of motorsport, and then other times
Yes.
the send it. It's just a race car.
It has to work
Yeah, it just has to work.
for one race, and that's in this case for 24 hours. And then, I mean, this car is retired since 1971. Of course, it had a little restoration, or let me call it a facelift. But yeah, it's actually still the original thing underneath.
So 70s up to late 2000,
Yeah,
2010s.
919.
Yeah.
Even later, 216.
Yeah. Yeah. We need these in our living rooms.
Would love to unbox this.
Yeah. This is wild. Also, I did know earlier, sprinkler systems and wired in each one.
Yeah.
In a wooden box.
Yeah, of course. And those cars in here have a special history, or they are very original, like these two race cars. They have never been restored, never been touched. They have still their original tires, and we're talking here about cars from the mid-60s. Then we have a couple of monoposto race cars here, chassis over there, Carrera GT, prototype bodies, things we actually have to preserve very carefully, or things we don't use very often. Okay, while we're walking to the next section, let me do a shout out to FCP Euro, hashtag Werbung. They are literally the reason that I'm here with my Volkswagen Atlas sitting outside, slumming the place because you drove your 911. Yes.
Daily driver 911 with the kids seat in the back.
Of course.
FCPeuro.com, a online retailer for all parts for Porsche, Volkswagen, Audi, etc. But the main selling point, the one thing you need to go to their website and learn about is, and I'm going to see what you think about this, lifetime guarantee on every single part you buy from them, including OEM Porsche parts.
That's a fair deal.
It's beyond a fair deal, because if you break it or it wears out, you just send it back and they'll give you your money back. Even on Porsche parts.
Nice color and
Okay.
bulletproof 911.
Nice. So let's see if it opens and see how. Yeah. Story checks out. Oh, and trying to shut the door. It's super, super heavy.
The Holy Grail, my personal Holy Grail here, is
The RWB.
RWB's father and mother.
Father and Mutter und Vater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bolt-on fenders.
But factory.
From factory. I wouldn't say it was the first car with it, but I think it's the most legendary car with bolt-on fenders. And BBS wheels, of course. Recaro seat.
Yeah.
Everybody's
It's got the red and yellow seatbelt. I mean, it's just ticking the box. You just go down the scene build. It's got the Momo steering wheel. I mean, again, it's practically a Mark III Golf.
A little bit faster. Than most
Oh,
of them.
and, you know, just little things that make it slightly spicy.
Now we are back at the 959s, and
Yeah.
we have a detailed look at those engines, which are air and water cooled, twin turbocharged, or B-turbo, however you want to call it, between 450 and 515 horsepower, 30 plus years old, hydraulic suspension, an ABS system in a four-wheel drive car, which was really far ahead of its time.
Well, this is absolutely, I mean, speechless. Absolute dream stuff. As we turn the corner and we just walk into a row of 356s and the slant nose that we already looked at, I'm still struck as, oh my gosh. And the actual museum it's almost sparse. It's very curated. There's a lot of space, a lot of air, I think a lot of curation so that you can kind of and digest everything. This is just a smorgasbord. This is the buffet with 100 chefs, and it's overwhelming. This could be a 3-hour video. I could spend a week here, and I don't think I would even start to be able to see half of the cars and digest them, never mind name them again a couple of minutes after leaving. And you've now been with the company for how long?
13 years.
13 years. Literally started as a tour guide.
Yes.
literally, I mean, that is amazing. So it's so cool to hang out with you. I really, really genuinely, I mean, I cannot say thank you enough.
Thank you for being here. Always a pleasure.
Okay, we're going to go and do other things. We're going to let literally the last worker here on a Friday afternoon go. Words fail me. It is just, I mean,
Porsche heaven.
It's beyond. So thank you so much, Benny. Thank you so much, Porsche Museum. I mean, it's unbelievable. So for now, thank you for watching. Thank you again, Benny. Wash your hands, wash your cars, and visit the Porsche Museum one day if you get the chance.